All right, welcome back. We are back at the park with the Mojave. Gonna do a speed rip. So we got 12 satellites. Start. Testing. We're at 100% charge because I just charged everything up. Want to get a baseline for the tune, for the gearing. So I'm going to try to do some full trigger rips as much as I can. And I am on the stock STX2. Right into that pole. Got full trigger, but I couldn't stay in it. So we're gonna hit stop, read, 58 miles an hour. Which isn't bad. I imagine it'd be right around 62. So I'm gonna try the other field diagonally. We might end up with more room there. So I'm going to hit track, start. We are testing. I'm going to head over to this other field. Well, there's water going over there. But maybe I can aim for in between the trees. There's no AVC on this one. Steering rate, throttle rate, trim. That's about it. So we'll try to run it across this from corner to corner. I think diagonal's my best bet. Getting followed by kids. I walked off the other field because they were walking over. Let's see what we got. So we're gonna hit stop, read, 59 miles an hour. So it's definitely got 60 in it if I could run it out, you know what I mean? 60 miles an hour is not bad. And as you see, it's not flipping up at all. I wonder if I could run it from that corner because there's a lot of poles over there. So I'm going to go back, hit track, start. Everything's all zeroed out. 12 satellites. I'm going to try to run off into this corner from that corner, see if I can get a better speed. I just need to stay in it a little longer. I can start from like off-road over here. And then I have a little run up if I can avoid those trees. I was full trigger for a while there, but with it diffing out, keeping the front end down, I gotta let the spool catch up. The center diff, not spool. So I'm gonna hit stop, read, 61 miles an hour. So just like I'm thinking, it's geared for 65. '61. So that's going to give me a good baseline tune. Off. Okay. That's going to give me a good baseline tune for the gearing that I need on this. Now we're running the same batteries as last time, same everything. I haven't changed anything but charged up the battery packs. And I wonder if I should try, I mean, diagonal's the best. A square's a square. So whether you go from that corner to that corner or from here to there, I can't see it being any more. The only good thing about the diagonal is that I was able to get runoff over there. And I believe that it's set up for 62, 63 the way it is. I just need to run it out longer. And I tried last time going in between the trees. And as you see, when I go up over that sidewalk, it would go into a wheel stand and I'd have to let off. So it's not going to benefit me using this field and that field, trying to avoid the trees that are separating them. So I do like that they just cut the grass. So that's helping a lot. I can definitely feel the speed difference. Bad thing is when they cut the grass here, they don't pick up the clippings. They use it as mulch, which normally on like a soccer field, you want to pick up the clippings. This part just doesn't. But they do trim it pretty low. You could see all the dirt, all the clippings just being, you know, kicked up. Nice thing, you can see the center diff just doing a ton of work. See, I could make it do wheelies. It's just me nailing the trigger. But on speed runs, you want to pull nice and slow. You see, I can't do it one-handed because I do have to steer. There is no AVC or any of that on this. The brakes are set up perfect. I have total control. I don't know where my daughter went. She was here a minute ago. The problem with diffing out as bad as I am running the thin fluid is that center diff, the gears inside of it are working really hard. Now that I'm running the risk of breaking the differentials. Because those little spider gears in there are constantly, you know, giving way, trying to keep the front planet, kind of like a rear diff. From left to right, when you run thin fluid, it won't go up on one wheel and drive off one wheel. It just diffs out and sets the RC back down. It's the same thing front to rear. Is that the center diff is doing the same thing. All your power, now it's with the weight I have in it, I think it's good because I have enough power to wheelie, which means I'm getting maximum drive to the rear tires without flipping. And 55 miles an hour is the zone that I've noticed on the Slashes and a lot of my other vehicles. 55 miles an hour is right where the front wants to float. And it's staying down. Now I imagine when we get close to like 80, 90, it's gonna want to catch air and backflip. So we might have to weight the front of it. If I have to weight the front of it, then I'm gonna have to add more drive. So I'm gonna set up a couple more center differentials and with different weight oils in them, and come out and test again. But I wanted to get some sort of baseline of what this thing was doing. Last time I was out, the Sky RC was just dead. See, plenty of power for wheelies. Rolling wheelies, whatever. If I nail it, that's telling me that I have plenty of fluid in there and that I'm diffing out perfectly with the 50K I have in the center. Now, I'm gonna wanna probably set up 100K, and then I'll probably set up like a 250K. And then I'll, you know, try those 3 next time out. See, that's like just enough. Let me pop the lid to this thing. I want to check for heat since I've been ripping it on grass. And I gotta kill it. I gotta unplug it, because you see this fan here, this has got the game changer screen to keep grass out of it. Now the V1s just eat through all the grass, but this ESC game changer fan that I have on here, it'll collect the grass and start making the ESC run hot. No, we're still good. Motor is warm and we're geared up pretty strong, so it's not too bad. I think my ESC fan has stopped. Let me find the wires. Oh. Huh. Making sure everything's plugged in. Yeah, I got some dirt into the ESC fan, so the ESC fan's not working right now. So I don't want to burn up this ESC. So that's going to end our day. But what do you guys think I should do for gearing? We're going to take it back to the house. I'm going to go ahead and pop it apart, check the gearing, and we're going to go ahead and gear up and unclog this fan and then go from there. So we'll be right back. All right, back on the bench from today's speed run. So the first thing we're going to look into is why the ESC fan doesn't turn on. So I'm going to just pull the screen off real quick, take a look at it, see what's going on. This does have a voltage regulator on. God, there's, even with that screen, that grass got everywhere. Okay, let me plug in the fans. There we go. Fans are working. Just has grass packed in it. And that's what the screen is supposed to help prevent. So just got to clean it out. But if I don't have that other screen, it really gets packed in there, like these are right here. I'm going to pop these off. I can see they're packed underneath too. And like I said, the grass was just mowed, so that grass is everywhere right now. There we go. Look at all that grass. Wow. There we go. So no matter how much I shook these things, they really got to do something about the fender liners. But there we go, got the fans working. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to end up gearing this thing up, but we'll save that for the next series on this, getting to 100 miles an hour, as I want to hear you guys' thoughts. People ask me gearing all the time. I know the gearing I'm going to go to on this. I just really want people to get this gearing thing down. You don't have to be afraid with gearing. Watch your temperatures, run good fans. But here's the spur we had in here. I'm going to go ahead and count this thing. This is the factory spur gear, and I changed out the whole assembly with a limitless one. You could tell this one's so much more stiffer than this. So I'm going to play with some weights on this gearing, but I want to see how many teeth are in there, because I know on this gearing with that pinion, and I want to say it's around a 20 tooth pinion, it did 55. So let me mark this thing real quick, and we're going to count up the factory one. I want to say it's like a 57 or something like that, 54, 57, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and mark this one too, because we're going to count them both. So this is a 46 tooth. I'm going to mark them. This is a, I don't even know where I can mark on this thing. There we go. So a 50 tooth we took out, so we went up 4 teeth. and we only picked up, what is that, 5, 6, 7 mile an hour. So it should have been closer to about 10 mile an hour. So like I said, I think it's geared right now for 65 miles an hour is where it should be geared. We did, I think, 61 or 62, something like that. I'll check in the video. But there we go. We're gonna make some changes to it. I have the front springs all the way up. Rear springs are pretty tight. That's to try to keep that nose down. I might end up lowering the front, but the first thing we're gonna do is get this pinion out of here. I'm gonna go up with the pinion. I know we have plenty of room because when I changed the motor mount, the main reason I changed the motor mount is because I'm going to be playing with gearing, because I want to get this thing close to, I want to do 100 off-road. I don't know when these tires are going to blow up. I do have extra ones. So I'm going to look over this thing. I'm going to make sure everything's tight. I'm going to check all my wheel bearings again. I'm going to get the grass out of it. And we're going to keep running these tires until one of them pops. But we might be able to get to 100 on these. God, something is really rattling on this thing. It's just the axles. But, so, and then I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna change some diff fluid. I think I have another couple more of these 50 tooth or these 46 tooth. I've got a couple of them. So I'm gonna put different weights in all of them, and like this one is really thin, and that's why I didn't run this one. So I'll probably do this one first with like a 250K, and then we'll put 100K in this one, and then I'm gonna leave this 50 tooth out. This will be set up for my basher. So as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go back to this spur and put that pinion back on it, because I like it like that as a basher. But right now we're trying to get speed. And I think this platform, the Mojave, or even the Felony, what is that, Fire Team. Even the Fire Team's a good platform to try to achieve 100 miles an hour off-road. So I might throw one of these in the Felony, I keep saying Felony, Fire Team. I just think the body on the Fire Team, with all the places you can get air, I don't know if that's going to be a good platform. The tires might be a good platform for speed runs. So we can always swap out the Mojave with some Fire Team tires, because I know those things are a lot stronger. Whatever the case, we're going to get this chassis length, whether it's the Mojave or Fire Team, we're going to get one of those to 100 miles an hour. Comment down below, Mojave or Fire Team. I want to see the Mojave do it. You guys want to all see the Fire Team do it? I don't know what else to do with that Fire Team. It's not a fun RC for me. It might be worth trying to hit 100 miles an hour on the Fire Team. Maybe I'll start having fun with it. But definitely love the Mojave. I think this is an all-around great RC. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Stay tuned.